This is the voice of Vietnam. Broadcasting from Hanoi, capital of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Welcome to the Voice of Vietnam. I'm Kim Si. On today's show, after the news, comes a POV feature about Vietnam's sea and islands. We then tell you about lighting up rural roads, an initiative by the Youth Union in the northern province of Yên Bái. Finally, the weekend music session will feature some of the best songs from late songwriter Ngọc Châu. But first, here comes the news.
In the news headlines, foreign arrivals to Vietnam by air surged 176% in Q1. Vietnam compiles a list of 100 typical local dishes, and Russia seeks a comprehensive deal in talks with Ukraine. Now for the news in detail. President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc has reaffirmed that the party and state always pay special attention to young talents and have promulgated many policies on this matter. Mr. Phúc made a statement during a meeting with representatives of outstanding young Vietnamese people on Saturday on the occasion of the 91st anniversary of the Vietnam Communist Youth Union, March the 26th. He said major orientations on national development until 2030 include developing high-quality human resources, attracting talents, and creating the best conditions for them to contribute to national construction and defense. The Vietnamese Foreign Ministry and the International Organization of La Francophonie, OIF, organized a ceremony in Hanoi on Friday to mark International Francophonie Day, March the 20th, and the 21st anniversary of the 7th Francophone Summit hosted by Vietnam. In his remarks, Foreign Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn said,
The development of member countries, including Vietnam, will contribute significantly to the development of the Francophone community. Vietnam will continue to actively and responsibly contribute to peace, solidarity, cooperation and development within the Francophone community and the world over.
OIF Secretary General Louise Mushikiwabo emphasized the need for Francophone countries to pay more attention to youth in terms of employment, startup and innovation.
Vietnam is an example for its support to young people, especially in startups, and OIF would like to contribute to these efforts. With its development pace and huge technological potential, Vietnam plays an important role in the implementation of the Francophone economic development strategy.
The number of foreign visitors to Vietnam by air is estimated at 321,000 in the first quarter of this year, up 176% against the same period last year, according to the Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam, CAAV. During the first week since Vietnam fully reopened international tourism on March the 15th, Singaporean carriers conducted 45 round-trip flights, while air routes between Vietnam and Japan recorded more than 10,000 passengers. More routes between Vietnam and Chinese Taipei and South Korea will reopen next month, the CAAV said. The Vietnam Culinary Culture Association has started a program to select and honor 100 exquisite Vietnamese dishes for a food festival, which is set to take place at the end of this year. The association is collaborating with experts and culinary artists from across the country to compile a list of 100 traditional Vietnamese foods and beverages from each of the country's three major regions, North, Central, and South. The centerpiece of this initiative will be the creation of a gourmet festival with 100 traditional Vietnamese cuisines and beverages by the end of 2022. The association is also expected to create a culinary map linked with tourist destinations in Vietnam. The artisan Nguyễn Ngọc Tuấn, a member of the association's Artisans Council, told VOC.
We're working on both foods and beverages. Vietnam's tea industry has a long history in a vast area of tea cultivation. 34 of 63 provinces and cities in the country have tea plantations.
The overarching goal of the program is to maintain and honor Vietnamese culinary and cultural values, preserve and develop a culinary culture among locals, and educate the next generation about Vietnamese cuisine's unique identity, according to Nguyen Quốc Kỳ, chairman of the Vietnam Culinary Culture Association. The Get On Hanoi 2022 tourism program took place in the capital city's downtown area on Friday, raising the curtain on a series of activities to bolster tourism recovery in 2022, now that Vietnam is officially reopened international tourism. The event featured the screening of the short film Colorful Hanoi and musical and visual arts shows. Head of the Municipal Department of Tourism, Đặng Hương Giang said,
Get On Hà Nội 2022 là sự kiện khởi
The
động.
Get On Hanoi 2022 program kickstarts a series of activities to resume tourism adapting to the new normal. The city will strive to offer unique tourism products to meet visitor demands.
Hanoi aims to serve more than 10,000 million visitors this year, including 1.2 million foreigners.
In other world news, Russia is seeking a comprehensive deal in talks with Ukraine, covering a whole range of issues, without which coming to an agreement is unlikely. The five-sided Russian negotiator Vladimir Medinsky is saying on Friday. Medinsky said that Moscow believes Kiev is trying to stretch out the negotiations. Earlier he said the two sides are making little progress on the key issues. Russia and Ukraine are conducting online discussions regarding Ukraine's neutrality status after several rounds of face-to-face negotiations taking place on the border between Belarus and Ukraine. So far, the two sides have not reached an agreement on any specific issue. Earlier, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky affirmed that all issues will be discussed if Russian President Vladimir Putin agrees to negotiate directly to end the conflict. The US and the EU announced an agreement on liquefied natural gas, or LNG, supply to reduce Europe's dependence on Russian fossil fuels. According to the initiative announced by US President Joe Biden and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, the two sides will establish a task force which will be responsible for ensuring energy security for Ukraine and the EU for the next winter and beyond. The U.S. will supply 15 billion cubic meters of liquefied natural gas to the EU this year to help it wean off Russian energy supplies, the transatlantic partner said on Friday. The EU is aiming to cut its dependency on Russian gas by 2/3 this year and end all Russian fossil fuel imports by 2027. The G7 and the EU have strongly condemned North Korea's testing of an intercontinental ballistic missile on Thursday. The G7 leaders strongly urged Pyongyang to fully comply with Security Council resolutions and abandon its weapons of mass destruction and ballistic missile programs in a complete, verifiable, and irreversible manner. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Igor Mugolov and Liu Xiaoming, China's special envoy on North Korea, on Friday discussed North Korea's recent missile test, stressing the need to intensify efforts to find fair political and diplomatic solutions to the problems of Northeast Asia. The test launch of a new type intercontinental ballistic missile, Hwangson 417 of the DPRK Strategic Forces, was conducted at Pyongyang International Airport. The missile traveled up to a maximum altitude of more than 6 kilometers.
In a recap of the headlines, foreign arrivals to Vietnam by air surged 176% in Q1. Vietnam comprised a list of 100 typical local dishes. And Russia seeked a comprehensive deal in talks with Ukraine. And that's the news from Voice of Vietnam.